Hi everyone, we are back with the Dirt Devil Endura Max upright vacuum. Today I'm going to be showing you why I don't really recommend this machine. So let's go right now. Number one is the suction and the airflow of this are really not great. It has pretty weak suction and not so much airflow. I'll show you that in just a couple minutes. The biggest thing is the cyclone performance and the filtration though. Let's remove this dirt bin. And tell you, after one use, look at this. This is all, look at the hair going into the air. This is disgusting. Look at this. Now you have, if you need to clean this, you have this hairy, disgusting filter. Let's take this off. This hairy, nasty filter. Take off. And then you have this filter, you can clearly see has lots of dust in it. So it's hard to see if I go like this. You can see the dust flying off of it. Then if we look in here, I really hope you can see this. If I put my finger in there like that, there's clearly dust going through the initial Endura filter. And the only thing down here to trap that dust is this little thing right here. This isn't even really a filter, it's just a piece of foam. You can see it's dirty somehow. It's dirty because of the fact that the dirt is getting through. There's like a lot of dirt getting through. I'm gonna take my camera off the stand. So I took my phone off its stand, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. If I put my finger up in here like this, see? Look at that. So all that fine dust is going straight back into your air. And those particles aren't even that small. I mean, they're pretty small, but let's see this part. I don't see, oh, never mind. You can see there's dust in here. There's dust at the end of my finger. But you can clearly see, if I go like this, let's get a good view right here. There's clearly dust going right past that Endura filter. I'm not even sure what type of filter this is. Let's remove it. Let's look right here. Let's look up in here. You can see there's hair getting past the seal. It's only just a really, really cheap piece of foam. It's not even a seal in my opinion. But as you can see, there's dirt coming off the filter. It's not a lot, but this part right here is really disgusting. This is nasty because there is no cyclone in this. I'm going to show you what I mean by that in just a minute. And then if we go down to the brush roll, you can see it's just dirty down here. This is where a lot of the dirt goes. You can see how it has so little suction that if I shake it, it's just filled with dirt. This is much dirtier. Like vacuums get dirt on the bottom, but this is a lot of dirt because it has so little suction and very little airflow that it basically just, its brush roll is powerful, so it just takes the dirt and just sprays it all over itself. See if I have an air duster available. Looks like I do have a little bit. You can see how much dust came off when I did that. There's still kitty litter falling out of this vacuum. Give me a second to take the... Of course, I'm putting the base plate back on with this DeWalt XR brushless drill. And, well, it breaks. I'm going to move it with a screwdriver just to show you what I mean. Here's a screwdriver. Let's get right in here. that brittle, cheap plastic, while using a drill, just breaks. Let's do exactly what I did to the Bissell right now. Whoops. Not gonna happen with the Bissell. The Bissell eats it. The Bissell is okay. See? The Bissell didn't break. But one itsy slip. All I did is I put the, let me show you. Take the screw out. And I just went like this. And I slipped for that much. About one full turn of the drill, going about this fast, and it slipped right through it. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have had it on drill setting. I forgot to take it off of the highest torque, but still, it's just incredibly cheap. This is one of the cheapest quality vacuums I've ever had in my house. So now I can't take this off to show you. Oh, give me a second, I'll try. All right, so I got the piece off. I held the broken piece of plastic. Look at that, that is just unbelievably cheap. Let's get this right here and do the same. This is the thinnest and most brittle plastic I've ever seen. I'm sure a baby could break this if they wanted to. Like this Bissell, it's dirty, but it's rock solid. Steel wheel connectors, that's cold like metal. This plastic takes force to even bend it. It's about 3 times thicker right here than this Dirt Devil plastic. It's just so incredibly brittle and cheap that one little mishap and you're gonna break your vacuum. Sure, it's inexpensive. Both of these vacuums cost $80. So which one would you choose? The Bissell CleanView 1-Pass or the Dirt Devil? It's a hard pick, isn't it? So I'm just gonna put this back on after I really show you what happened. Look at that, it's just snapped right off, right there. Look at that, let's put the phone under here so you can see what I'm talking about, really. Right there, see? There's where it snapped off. I'll rotate this so you can all see. Zoom in so you can all see what I'm showing. Right there is where it broke off, and right underneath there too. It was like this, where I'm holding it, and it just snapped right off. So give me a second, I'm gonna put this back together and like try not to break it again. All right, I used the Rocket Pet Pro, the Shark, to clean this filter, so let's, really nice looking, let's put it back together. Okay, let's test the Dirt Devil's airflow from the hose. So when we turn it on, has so little substance, like, that's almost no substance, and the filter is clean. Let's see if we can hold this thing up, and barely, but let's see what the animator says. Let's set it up. That is the highest reading I can get, 1,630, which is really bad. That's one of the that is the lowest upright reading I've had. I think the Bissell Power Force Helix had a better airflow reading than this. Actually, I can almost guarantee it would, but. And both of these motors are 8 amps, by the way. Let me check before I say anything. 8 amps, yes. You can find that out pretty easily online too. Alright, let's move this Dirt Devil out of the way and let's test the Bissell next. Bissell CleanView. The Dirt Devil has a perfectly clean filter. The Bissell has a dusty, somewhat clogged, semi-clogged filter. There's some dust on it. It's not that bad though. It's only been used. Actually, it's been used several times with that filter, but again, it's only 80 bucks. This was so much better quality. Let's just test it right out of this rather than having to unwrap it. Best seal we can. Pretty sure it's going to go higher than the Dirt Devil, so I'm not going to bother clearing it. Let's make sure to get the vacuum forward. $2,120. A little dusty. So, yeah, it's kind of not even a fair fight for the Dirt Devil. Just want to clean up this mess off of the carpet using the Shark. Just had to do that quickly. But anyways, this Bissell is a better quality, higher performing. It also has a real cyclone, and by that I mean I'm going to show you this right now. The Dirt Devil just had, I'll get the Dirt Devil spin out again just to show you the difference between side by side, so you can really see what I'm talking about. I'm going to move the Bissell right here. By the way, the Bissell does have a real pleated post motor filter with like some thickness to it. It's like good quality. All that Dirt Devil is just really cheap. Anyways, this is going to be a mess to show you, but that's what soap and water is for. Let me just vacuum this off really quick, just so I don't spill dirt all over this room. This is a cyclone. This is what it looks like. Dirt enters through this all these little holes, and there's 4 little entrances here, 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 and here. You can see those right there. There are little lines. They're shaped like this. Then the dirt spins around this cone, and it drops out through the bottom and collects in this center tube, and then the cleaned air comes out the top. The cyclone is made to trap the dirt and allergens that would normally head straight to the filter in a non-cyclonic machine. Probably shouldn't forget the fact that I sucked glass into this Bissell. So there's gonna be glass on the carpet. So let's make sure that this is picked up before I like walk out of here. Anyways, this is what a real cyclone looks like, and I'm gonna show you what a not so real cyclone looks like. This video is getting pretty long, but I really need to make a statement here. So you have a screen, but instead of having a cyclone separator like this cone, you just have a filter sitting right behind the screen. So it's supposed to look fancy, but it's really just the dirt spins across it, and then most of the hair and dirt that doesn't go down to the bottom sucks right into this filter, and it clogs it and creates a bunch of nasty mess for you to clean up, relying on the user to constantly wash that filter to keep it clean. While with the Bissell, you have a real cyclone and like a real pre-motor filter and everything. Like it has a real cyclone, it has a real post-motor filter. So I'm sorry to inform you, Dirt Devil, but your vacuum is really bad. Like, this might be one of the worst vacuums I've tested in recent months. Yeah, there's more air duster over here. I have 2 more cans. I'm gonna get an electric air duster sometime. They're expensive, but I go through air duster like water, so I have so many vacuums to keep clean, and it's one of the best ways to keep vacuums. One of the best ways to keep vacuums clean. So that's why I use it. Let's just turn the Bissell on, just to suck any dirt. You can hear by how the Bissell turns off that it's also better quality. That Dirt Devil like creaks and makes noises every time it turns off. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of the story. There's one more thing I need to show you actually. Of course, my phone runs out of memory, but let's... You can see how slow it is, and then watch. You try and put it down on the carpet and clean, and it basically stops spinning. Let's try it on this piece of upholstery right here. This thing. You can see by cleaning it, the tool is basically stopping. Get a better view for you. Like barely pressing, like let's just barely touch. Like let's clean. You can see just how bad that tool is. Now let's try the equally priced Bissell. Let's see what happens with its attachment. You have to force down to make it stop. It's better. Neither of them are particularly amazing, but the Bissell's is much better. And another thing, if your Bissell tool gets dirty, since neither of these are tangle free, they will get hair stuck in them, so that's kind of life. Dirt Devil tool requires a screwdriver and a thin one to reach down in here and get these out. To remove and clean this, the Bissell, you just take your hand like that, twist it, and as you can see, the tool comes apart. I just opened it upside down by accident, whoops. But yeah, it's besides the point. The fact that at least you can open it easily at all. Well, with that nasty old Dirt Devil, it requires tons of time and work just to clean a simple upholstery tool that should take 1 or 2 minutes. Make sure I put it back together right. Let's just attach it to the Dirt Devil. You see how the Dirt Devil can barely move the Bissell tool. I literally, it's sealed, but putting my finger on it like this to stop it. But that was shown in the animator, the fact that this Dirt Devil, so the dirt that's stuck in the hose. So please watch a good portion of this video because this Dirt Devil is really bad. And I need people to know how bad this thing is because it's unacceptably bad. There's the bad vacuum and then there's this bad. And this is one of the worst vacuums I've ever tested. So this is getting boxed up and going back to the store somehow. Actually, it was Amazon, so it's going back to ship it back. I'm not keeping this machine. It's not a good vacuum. Not this Bissell, the Dirt Devil. This Bissell is a great vacuum. I've had it for 7-8 months now. This Bissell is great. This Dirt Devil is not great. As you saw, it broke really easily. It's really cheap. The handle is really flimsy and flexible. This little thing right here, sorry you can't see this. This flash, turn off. This little cheap thing breaks really easily, as some people saw. This plastic is about as cheap and brittle as it gets. This thing is hard to get the tool in. You have to bend it like this and put the tool in. Because if you try and just put it in, without bending it, it fights you like that. It's a little tricky. The cyclone is bad. The recline mechanism was already loose. Let's see about the Bissell, because this Bissell is a tiny bit of flexing, but nothing like this, because it's so cheap. But sure, This pistol is pretty solid. That Dirt Devil moves a lot. But anyways, this Dirt Devil is going back to the store because it is so freaking bad. So let me know what you think. Tell me what you want to see next, and goodbye.